Dusty Futon is a Big Jon Entertainment production. Go to BigJonEntertainment.com to sign up for the Big Jon Entertainment newsletter to receive updates on the Dusty Futon and other Big Jon Entertainment productions.
All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Dusty Futon. I'm Big Jon, your host. With me is Spicy Kim. What's up, Spicy?
Hello, hello.
How you doing?
Coming
and
in.
this is
Live.
yes, exactly.
Live, pre-recorded live.
Pre-recorded live. Well, Spicy Kim and John, your host, and we all And this episode is brought to you by Backstage360.com, the musician's media. The Dusty Futon is a musician's podcast bringing you the raw musician and what they bring to the table. Backstage360.com works hard to bring you even more with creative write-ups, professional interviews, and stunning photography. Full disclosure, I do contribute write-ups and reviews and conduct interviews for them occasionally. Backstage360.com also assists with the promotion of events, products, tours, new music, and they provide an overall insider's peek into the impedimenta of the backstage. Backstage360.com. They truly are the musician's media.
Every day they're hustling.
Hustling. All
Isn't
right.
there a song about that?
Yes, there is. But anyway, make sure you subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and the like. Check us out everywhere else on Spotify. And if you know a musician who wants to come on the episodes here, get their own podcast, have them email us at admin@dustyfuton.com.
Welcome.
All right. Welcome to the Dusty Futon, guys.
Yeah.
And we have your friends.
Glad to be here.
We have your friends. Black Market 3.
Oh, yeah.
Roxy and Scott of Black Market 3.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are husband and wife?
Yes.
We are. Well, he's my road husband. I beat
Define.
You to, I beat you to that.
Define.
You go ahead and take credit for this one.
I want to hear about it.
You tell the story better. Go ahead and tell it.
From day one, when we started the band 6 years ago, we didn't really want to broadcast that we were married.
Right.
Right.
But we would always get the question, are you two
Yeah.
together? Are you married? You know, and we'd be on the road or whatever, and they don't really know us. So I would say, yeah, we're married. She has her husband at home, and I have my wife at home back in San Diego. But when we're on the road, she's my road wife.
That's really a great way to get a good fan base.
Oh,
And-
you should see the expression.
And I just left it at that. And I just turn around and
walk away,
drink
and
my
I'd kind
beer.
of go.
Meh. Whatever.
It's like, and jaws would drop. They'd be like,
So how
Nobody
long
knows what to make of that.
I know.
I mean,
It's great. You just
Yeah.
leave it at that. They don't know.
leave it
how
like
long have you been married?
14 years.
14.
And you
2001.
And you started Black Market 3 6 years ago?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're still married?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
we are.
It
We're
is.
around
Can you
each other
believe that?
24/7 too.
24
Do you have
freaking
do you have a man cave, Scott?
Yeah, it's called Cousin Eddie.
So that's okay, that's the secret. He gets to leave the house occasionally.
every now and again, yeah.
That's what we
She'll
live in
relinquish
now.
the key to the locker and a chain and bolts. And so what's the impetus for Black Market 3? Where did you guys come up with the idea to do this husband and wife kind of venture?
Oh, nice. You know better
Yeah,
than to
when
hit a
does-
microphone like that.
You even knocked it out of order.
I've heard her on the mic. She's rad. She kills it.
Well, no, what you got one folded up. There you go. Now it's folded down. There you
Oh,
go.
goodness, Roxy, we can't take you
Yeah,
anywhere,
they're
sugar.
too big.
You don't know how to do
Oh,
headphones?
good Lord. Hi.
I'm used to the cheapy ones. That's why.
Oh no, this is the Dusty
Don't
Futon.
give away the. Don't
We-
give away the.
We got high quality
man.
stuff here. These are nice headphones.
I like your word impetus. What is the impetus?
What is the create? I have a
Impetus.
I have
Is
a
that
large.
anything like pompatus?
I have
Impetus of love.
He
No, it's
pontificates
not.
quite often.
I pontificate. You're
I'm
you're
getting-
you're loving that
Hey,
word.
John.
Yeah.
Hey, John, I'm getting a lot of popping on this particular microphone.
You are getting a lot of
Is it
popping. I can
okay
hear
if I
it.
back off of it? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
okay?
I can crank up the gain.
Let's do that, and then
All right.
I won't be popping it so bad. Okay.
What's up?
So what's the impetus for this? I almost said father and
Roxy.
son duo. I don't know
Jesus.
why.
It's funny. Our son did tour with us for a little while.
Oh,
Really?
that okay. We got to get
We'll
to
talk
that
about
first.
it.
Let's
First,
talk about
impetus. Impetus.
You know, Roxy was all she knows probably more about music than I do,
Okay.
Yeah.
and she's always
It's my claim to fame.
used to come see my old band, the Mississippi Mud Sharks, and we were always just friends, and we had a whole group of friends that would hang out. And when we got together, I think for Christmas that first year that we were together, I handmade a 51 Fender P bass for her.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay, that's like
and said,
That's love.
and said,
What the
"Look,
hell?
let's have some fun. Learn how to play the bass." But,
I want someone to make me a bass.
So
Right?
I'm that guy that's all or none.
So
it
you were
was-
in
it
at
was-
that moment, weren't you?
Oh, I was
Yeah.
in from day one.
Yeah.
for sure. I was just
She was
I kind
waiting,
of like,
right?
I was just kind of like I Live Lucy. Remember when she kept trying to get on stage with
Oh yeah,
Ricky?
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
me.
Oh okay.
did everything I could to get on stage,
That's so me. That's so me.
sabotage, trip a bass player, and
Roxy would come home for work, and we would go down to the corner liquor store and buy 2 packs of Nat Shermans
Wow, see?
And
2
red
bottles
wine.
of red wine, and we would sit with our dog Lloyd Christmas. He's still with us.
He's actually 14.
He's 14.
Wow.
But he was a little pup, and he'd hang out behind us on the sofa while we would just kind of jam things out
Yeah,
and
so
learn.
that's what we do. We do that several nights a week, and things would get busy. I'd have to go on the road with my former band, and Roxy would get busy at work. So maybe a couple months would go by, and we'd come back together and start playing again. So the last time that we did that, I looked at her. I go, I was in between bands. I was supposed to go back to the Mud Sharks, and I wanted like a 2-month hiatus after the last tour we had done, and it turned into 2 years. I just was having a hard time finding like the
drive.
love of it again.
Sometimes it's hard to get that back.
She was sitting right
I was
next to
burned
you.
out.
Yeah.
Well, we were playing, and I go, it would be pretty cool if we could get a couple of sets together. Like, let's think about some eclectic stuff that we could do that's not just the straight normal stuff that everyone's doing. And we could probably get some gigs at coffee houses and just make it a fun thing for us to do.
It's supposed to be a hobby.
It was supposed to be a hobby.
He never does anything small, so
No, well, that
should
goes
have
back to
known.
the thing.
I
I had
should have
to I had to hand make you a bass. I couldn't just go to Guitar Center and pick one off the wall and give it to you and say happy, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
But I don't. When I choose to do something, it's like all or none.
Yeah.
So that's how it developed.
Yeah,
Basically.
Pretty much.
We concepted out our sets and the kind of music that we would want to present, original stuff, and then also, like, if we could play a song by Tom Waits, which one would you want to do? So we'd go through like the full Tom Waits collection.
Pick the one. Just
the 1 or 2 or whatever.
Nice.
And that's kind of, we wanted to make sure that anything we did that was a cover was going to be more obscure.
and what we loved,
Yeah, and you guys kind of make it your own too. I mean, I've watched you guys a couple times, and the originals and the covers blend together so nicely. It's like it's all you.
Very cool.
Are any of the songs you
It is
gave us
cool.
covers?
No.
Okay, good.
Wait. One is, but it's public domain. It
Okay.
dates back to about the mid 1800s.
If it's public domain, then that's fine. It's covered. I'm safe. But other than that,
I
if
read
it's
the
original,
contract.
we're good. Yeah. So you get it. You get it. Yeah.
He's a contract reader, by
Good.
the way.
That's
Thank
good.
you.
Not your typical musician. but-
manual reader.
Yeah.
Your manual.
Well, so you could tell that my interest is strictly to protect and keep everything safe. So.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, let's take a listen to one of the songs that you gave me. Now, this are these all off the same album?
The two originals are, yeah.
Okay.
Off of Black Roses.
And which ones are those?
When the Sun Goes Down and Black
Roses. Okay. So the album's called Black Roses. Okay, got it. And when is it due to come out?
No, that one came out quite a while ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Black Roses?
We're actually
Well, you're up
we're in
first.
pre-production on the next CD right now.
Okay, well, let's take a listen to this to get started and get a little feel for your style. This is Black Market 3 Black Roses from their Black Roses album.
protection. Dead bird lying in your bed. You count the cars in a funeral procession. Bad luck, won't you just pass? Breaking mirrors, throw your hat on the bed. You're trouble like the number 13. Taking names and writing them in red. Darkest cloud I've ever seen. Black roses growing wild at the crossroads. Hear the howling on the hellhound's trail. The cross of Salem protects me from the inroads. Ring a bell just to keep you away. Black roses growing wild at the crossroads. Hear the howling on the hellhound's trail. Cross of Salem protects me from the inroads. Ring a bell just to keep you away. You
Golly,
got to
that
see
was
the
fucking
video
rad.
for that song too.
That was
Really?
great. I love the
video
backing
kicks ass.
vocals, and I know that Roxy also sings. You guys take turns singing songs? I know.
We actually
do.
we harmonize a lot together,
Yeah, you sound great
and
together.
then we also have songs where we'll harmonize choruses, but maybe pick a verse. That one, when we record, we always do the backups harmonized. So we have.
I'm sorry. I got to fix your microphone.
Thank you.
How about that now?
It's fine.
I'm-
Yep,
I'm
that's
a little
good.
hot.
There we go.
Don't touch the
You
thing.
good?
Yeah,
You
okay.
good?
Okay. I don't know
Sound
what the
A-type?
fuck
now.
we were
You
talking
sound
about.
like me now. Don't
little
touch a
A-type?
thing, Scott.
Okay, so
Good. Gotta be in charge.
We're back on track.
okay,
Are
so
you sweating?
no, yes, I don't know. Probably.
You're a little red, Big
He's like-
Jon.
Ooh.
It's like, this guy's a pain in the ass, man. Scotty Bloom is a pain
Not
in the ass.
coming
My
back.
favorite name, John.
All right.
My dad's name.
Really?
Big John.
Big
Yeah.
John?
Now I'm gonna turn
boy.
even more red.
Now
Big
it's
John.
My
taking
favorite
a whole
name.
different
I'm
turn.
like, whoa,
It is.
dude, your wife's hitting on me. Just
And she's really hot.
yeah, she is. But
She's only my road wife. remember?
And
oh, that's true. That's true. She's got another husband
and
back.
John, we're not on the road.
Oh,
damn. What are those?
I think she's really hitting on me now. This just
she had to
took a
go
turn.
there.
Back to the song.
I'm gonna take a drink of my.
I actually said to Roxanne on the way over here too. I'm like, wouldn't this be funny if this whole thing was just a ruse for like a swinger kind of thing?
Oh my God, you said that?
Did you notice the fishbowl when you walked in, or what?
Yeah, they call it a key party. Oh
That
my
was a good
God.
one, Scotty Blinn.
That was a good one, Scotty
right.
Blinn. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Had to redeem for being a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I can give that a redemption code. That was good. You like the redemption code?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 69. Okay, so the
There we go.
the song Black Roses. I'm going to go with the obvious metaphor of death. Is that kind of the aspect you're going for with no?
No, it is dark. Everything that I've ever written, I would say in probably the past 10 years or so, is they're pretty going way back. Pretty dark themes, but they're really like hidden positive messages.
Yeah.
Well, you don't seem like a dark person when your energy and when I see you guys on stage, it doesn't feel that way. It feels.
I'm not brooding and dark, but
It's all about the minor.
I'm a goofy motherfucker, really. It is all about the minor, Roxy.
You know, D minor is the saddest. It's the saddest minor of all.
It lifts it right up.
Minor.
Sad.
So
It's
really what that song is about is classic, the fight of good and evil.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what it
classic
is.
theme.
The battle.
Theme, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's what I was looking for.
That's why I'm a host.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's why I'm a co-host. I said nothing.
I had no idea what you said. Did you say anything?
No.
Okay. That's good.
That's why I'm the co-host.
Let's keep it that way.
The impetus of this song,
Oh,
the impetus.
that's using my word.
That's right. I'm going to go with
that
this.
it?
I like it. I'm right here.
So you said you wrote the song in 15 minutes.
Just about.
What the hell?
You know, really, I woke
seriously,
up.
seriously,
I woke up with that.
It's fucking killer.
You know, it's kind of a. I wrote a word
love
down.
it.
I wrote a word down while the
word?
song was. I hate you.
I know.
I wrote down dirty blues.
Yeah.
Because it's not, like you said, it fits a standard blues rhythm, but there's a dirty feel, like a dirty bass.
It's gritty,
push
you
for it.
know?
Yeah.
I love that.
So you woke up with that riff.
Yeah, and I immediately grabbed my phone and sang it into my phone because
Good job.
I can't tell you how many riffs I've forgotten
Yeah.
that came to me when I was sleeping.
You have to get it right there.
So what I wanted to do with that song was have a traditional blues theme to it. Everything I do pretty much comes from a deep blues tradition. Ever since I was,
You look like a
17
blues
years old,
guy.
you know.
Is that your background? When
deep. I grew up playing with Tomcat Courtney, if you know him.
Okay.
I wanted to write like a modern traditional blues, something different. You know, I never want to always make the record that. I don't want to say everyone else's, but you know, people get pretty pigeonholed in their genres, and it has to be a certain way. And I'm just not about that, man.
Yeah.
But I always want to write from that deep root of the blues. To me, that's just where it all comes from.
You nail it every time
So,
you guys.
thank you.
You're welcome.
So that was the deal, man. I found all these superstitions. I didn't want to rewrite what had been written so many times before, or
Black
covered,
cat
or
crossing your
copied.
path,
Yeah,
or,
walking under a ladder. You know, all these.
Honeybee.
Broken
You know,
mirror.
exactly, right? It's like, come on, man. When Howlin' Wolf did it, or Muddy Waters, that was some cool shit.
Mustang
Or those,
Sally.
You know, Robert Johnson. You know, well, there's no superstition in that, but
No. Well,
I just dug deep.
women are superstitions to men. Sorry, we don't know what the hell's going on. It's like, anyway, go on.
Hello.
I drew deep.
That
into
was
like-
that was a nail.
We're right here, you know?
Go on.
Are you guys done?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Probably
You
not.
asked me a
but
fucking question. I'm trying to give you an answer.
It's not that
And
easy.
you're over here like playing footsie and shit.
What? Don't spread rumors.
She's like, "Man,
sorry, Roxy.
we invite these people.
I
Why do
know.
She's really hot. What am I going to do?
he or she?
What? I don't know what's
Back
going
to the
on.
swinger thing.
So 15 minutes.
Okay, anyway.
So 15 minutes. Wait, no, that's how long it took.
I get
to
my
write the
pick.
song. All right, let's move on to the next topic.
Well, let me finish this just real quick.
Okay.
Just real quick.
Just quick.
I do think it's kind of important. So anyway, you know, drawing upon our love of Tom Waits and the words, it's always to me about the words above everything else. The lyrics
Telling
are
the
the most
story.
important. It's the story of the song. And the blues tradition is about stories, whether they're real and happen to you today or folklore or whatever.
Yep.
So we just dug real deep, and you know, words, superstitions like drinking water where there's the reflection of the moon in it. You know, I mean, where have you ever heard that one? Or counting the cars in a funeral procession, or taking names and writing them in red. You know, this is all like the evil stuff that happens, right? Then you get to the chorus. There's black roses growing wild at the crossroads. So you have
That's
that
where
choice.
That's where death entered into my mind is the
That is
black
the-
roses
I think it
and
fits.
the
I think it fits
crossroads.
in. I definitely think it fits in.
You have a choice, you know,
and you have a choice of which way you're going to
Which way
go
you're
on
gonna go.
on those paths, right?
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah, the cross of
That's
Salem
deep, man.
protects us from the inroads, which is like an attack. It's like
That's
it could
deep,
be an evil
He's really
attack
deep.
him.
That's really deep, man.
It's really cool, though. I mean, it's interesting to hear.
I think you're serious.
The first time I was. The next two, I was like, it's deep, man. It's so fucking deep, man.
So that's that song. To me, that's one of my favorite songs I've written in 26
Now I want to
years.
know. Now I want to know about the video that you're you're amped about that. So
the video is really fun to make. You don't see us in the video at all. I took two.
oh God, thank God.
I know.
Thank God.
Well, I mean, any video we have should really only focus on her anyway.
Exactly, not you. Yeah.
Please. The video I took the two silent films, Nosferatu and The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. If you've ever seen either of those.
No.
Nosferatu, I know that
is
name.
the original black and white silent film of Dracula.
Yeah.
Okay, so the themes within both the videos are exactly the good versus evil, and good wins in both. But the video's like pretty violent.
Did you see the look on his face?
I know. He's like,
I wish it was on film because this was crazy.
no. Seriously, here's
horror. I love horror movies.
Here's an impersonation. It was
can
like,
see.
it's pretty gruesome. That's
Lean back.
what his
Violent.
face looked like.
Violent, yeah.
Yeah, he went violent. Like he said that word.
You're not that
That's
bad.
right.
You know,
You're just
it's-
like the classics.
Hey, as deep into traditional
It's
blues as I've
gritty.
been since I was a kid, I've also loved metal and punk and just about every style that's out there, but really into metal.
But you really love modern country.
Modern country makes me so angry I want to fight.
Yeah.
See,
that
there-
whiny
And
bitch
I'm
shit.
There's
pretty much
sarcasm right there.
no, that's
No, I mean her.
He's like, no, I hate it.
Me.
Yeah.
He's gonna sock me in the neck in a minute. No.
Here's a pen. No,
on to the next topic.
Let's talk about you. I want to hear about you guys.
Sidetracked here.
I want to hear about you guys. Do another song?
wait, we were just talking about them.
I know. I want to hear more about
Actually,
them.
no.
They're amazing.
I want to hear more from Roxy.
They're
'cause
super
she's just
talented,
been-
and
Thank you.
I
I'm gonna
can't.
take back
I can't wait to like.
Shoot my beer.
Yeah, I know you guys just were nominated for another SDMA, which is San Diego.
San Diego Music Awards.
That's the
been
words I was
great.
looking for,
Yeah.
and it's
We were, we didn't really have a record out, or didn't have anything really new, and wasn't expecting the nomination. We're like totally excited about it and honored by it. But yeah,
yeah, it's
Best
exciting.
Blues.
It is
last
cool.
year or the year before. Was it last year or the year
You're
before?
excited about it. I'm like,
What else?
of course.
Another trophy.
Please.
Another trophy.
No, I know that's not true.
Wait till they hear that too.
Look at you.
Oh my God.
I'm having
It's
way
still
too much
exciting,
fun.
and it's a very it is nice to be. I think acknowledged for your hard work.
Absolutely.
Spicy.
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
that's what it is.
That's the most important thing about it.
Just having a little recognition for hard work that you do in quality music, that's great. The rest of it is
I know it's a
is what
public
it
love
is,
shit,
you know?
but
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
it's still you've earned it. You have put in the work. You do have quality music, and you guys are spot on. You're so amazing to watch live,
Thank
and
you.
you know you do.
Speaking
deserve it.
of, how can people follow you to find out where you're going to be playing next?
Where are we playing next? I don't know.
No, how people can find you.
Find us.
Website?
Well,
Do you guys have a
we have a
website?
website. You can check us out on Black Market 3.
Is it
.com
III?
and
It is
I.
I.
Yeah.
Black
Yeah.
Market III.
I. Not
Not the number
Number
three,
three.
or not
See,
spelling
Roman
three.
numerals going
Roman
back to
numeral.
the whole good and evil thing, and
that's
Nice.
not true. That's not true.
No,
You need to tell
yeah.
them the story about what our original name was. Our original
No,
name
I
was
want to hear it from you.
Okay.
I want your
Black
perspective.
Market.
Go Rocks.
Black Market 3 was not Black Market 3 when we first started. It was Black Market Baby. And Black Market Baby. We are
Okay.
huge Tom Waits fans, and there's a song titled Black Market Baby. And
she's a diamond that wants to stay cold.
she's a diamond that wants to stay cool, and we love him. We love everything that he does.
It's
and
amazing.
we do a couple of Tom Waits covers, and it's amazing because if you were to hear the original songs, they're so completely different. He's very industrial. Like his music is, you either love him or you can't stand him. Truly. So I don't know if either one of you know of Tom Waits, but do you love him?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
great.
love her.
We do too.
John has a blank look on his face.
No, I know him. I'm just in the other category.
Oh, really? Well, you know what? It's really
We're not
funny.
judgmental, man.
Not
We're
see
not
that.
judgmental.
I did not see that coming.
You're an atheist. You're an atheist
You're an
too, aren't
atheist
you?
too, aren't you?
They go hand in hand.
Look at he's not
If
saying
you hate-
anything.
If you hate Tom Waits, you're an atheist.
So
Red.
the next song.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Well, you got to tell them the funny part of the story, though. Why we had to change the name.
Well, you're better at telling that story.
I'll make it quick, okay?
real quick, please.
You sure
make
about
it
that?
really
I
quick,
promise.
Scott.
Well, listen, we started goofing around and whatever. But there was a band in the 80s back in D.C. called Black Market Baby.
Punk
I did
band.
a Google search, right? And I went, oh, shit, So I got a hold of one of the guys from the band who was the lead singer. He's like, oh, yeah, we play like once a year. You can use the name. So I told him, I go, this is what I do. We make records, we tour. So, the name's going to be out there. Is it going to interfere with you guys?
Right.
Oh, it should be fine. Okay, well, if it is, call me and we'll make it
Work something out,
We'll work
yeah.
something out, right? So, right around New Year's of that year, it was only like 3 months later, all of a sudden our Facebook page started blowing up. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like,
I was like,
I'm laying
yeah,
in
we were
bed
all
with the
excited
flu.
about it.
I'm like dying in bed with the flu, and she goes, Scott, check out our Facebook page. But it was all this hate.
Negative.
And it was all these DC hardcore kids from the 80s going, who the fuck do you think you are, stealing the name of one of the greatest hardcore bands ever, blah, blah, blah. I wrote,
I didn't know DC
Hey.
had such a punk fucking influence.
Huge,
pretty much.
I guess,
Any major metropolitan city.
I'm
Black
literally, I'm speechless. Well, not anymore. I'm talking now, but I'm just identifying the fact that I'm speechless with that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Black Market Baby was going to be produced by Minor Threat.
I know
It was a
Minor
big
Threat.
deal,
I was a little punker chick back
Yeah.
in LA at that time, and it was like Minor Threat, Social T.
This is why I keep her
TSOL.
around. This
It
is why
was
she's here,
crazy.
because I don't know this
The
shit.
punk scene was huge, and
Yeah.
I got to witness a lot of that. Paying $5 to walk into a roller rink and see Social Distortion,
Exactly.
and Black Flag and Minor
Very
Threat and
cool,
Wasted
yeah.
Youth. It was fucking great.
I told the guys that were talking shit on us, man. I go, hey, talk to your friend Boyd. Talk to your boy Boyd from Black Market Baby. Boyd would never allow anyone to do that. Da, 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 da. Right. So all said and done, I get a hold of Boyd. I'm like, what the fuck? I told you to call me if it was a problem. Here, you go onto this page that I know nothing about and tell everybody that we stole your name and for them to come onto our
like
page.
a
I go,
forum for
I
them.
really don't know whether to be mad at you or thank you.
Right.
Because that just got us a whole lot more name recognition right there.
For sure.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, yeah, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Maybe that wasn't the cool thing to do. And I'm like, fuck no,
It was the
wasn't,
punk
man.
thing to do.
So he went in Boyd's defense. And maybe I shouldn't say this. The punkers are going to hate him. But he went back on the page and said, hey, these guys are cool. They actually did ask permission. I did say, the same guy that was telling me that Boyd would never do something like that. Well, Boyd, if you told them they can use that name, you got to let them use that name. That's how cool it
Straight
turned
up,
around.
right?
Yeah.
That's what's nice. Honestly, that's what's nice about punk. They may get angry as fuck, but
they're fair.
They're fair.
Yeah.
It's like, hey,
And
wait
just.
a minute.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Justice.
So it was cool. That was our cool little, tie-in with some really cool punk bands, and
cool.
we decided to go and change the name. And since I always keep things pretty much a trio,
Yeah.
we just decided to just nothing else sounded good.
Nothing else. And we
we
spent a
wanted to-
good couple of days trying to figure out what could we put behind Black Market, whatever, right?
It didn't sound stupid.
Or contrived. And we were just
Better word.
It's a fine line between.
Does she write most of
and
the lyrics?
stupid. Back
so
to
we're
Spinal
thinking,
Tap.
okay, it'll probably never be we'll never have a fourth guy or a fifth guy. I mean, it'll be a trio, and let's just put
And
not
do
even
a-
three. Let's do Roman numeral
That's
3.
Black Market
You
2/3.
guys
Make it a
do
little
too, right?
classy.
Black Market 2/3.
I.
Yeah, the I.
Yeah, it's great. It's like
Well,
a pirate.
you know what? I want to play another song.
Cool.
Yay.
So let's take this is that cover you mentioned. Oh Mary, don't you weep. Now,
Yes.
tell me where you came up with that. Just as quick. I mean, you guys elaborate a lot, which I don't mind normally, but fuck, I'm getting tired of hearing your voice, Scott. I'm just kidding.
The truth comes out.
The first time we heard it, which is a little bit embarrassing, Bruce Springsteen did it on his Pete Seeger sessions.
Really?
God, I hate that
Yeah.
guy.
And well, that's not
I like
why
Bruce
that's not
Springsteen.
why it's embarrassing. I love Bruce too,
I
but
do
that's
too.
okay. We're not going to judge you.
No.
So,
No judgment at all.
you know, the reason I'm embarrassed by that
went
because
down.
the song dates back to the 1800s. It's a spiritual song.
Way
It's
before
been covered.
Bruce. Way before.
Well, there you
Bruce.
have it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Has
been
nothing to do
covered
with
by
that.
a lot of different people throughout,
Yeah.
throughout history of
Right.
music. But that was the first we heard of it. And the special thing about this song was that we decided to have guests on it.
Okay.
And
well, let's talk about the guests
got it.
after the
You got
track. So this is "Oh Mary, Don't You Weep," and is this off of the Black Roses album?
this one's off of Songs That Shake the Cage, our first album.
Okay.
Black Roses was the second.
All right. This is "Oh Mary, Don't You Weep."
If I could, I surely would stand on the rock where Moses stood. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary, don't you weep no more. Oh, Mary, don't you weep no more. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. don't you weep. Oh, Mary, don't you weep no more. Oh, Mary, don't you weep no more. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary, don't you weep no more. Oh, Mary, don't you weep no more. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary, don't you weep no more. Oh, Mary, don't you weep no more. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary, don't you
I have so much to say right now.
Well, then say it.
Well, it's amazing because I'm sure that when you're sitting in your house, like diddling with these songs, and then they sound so good on stage, and I've heard you guys perform many times, but then you get in the studio and you're able to use the piano and all these other instruments, and it just makes it so big. It's so
Yeah,
rad.
like you said, you had a lot of guests on this song.
Yeah,
So
sure.
you had you said Guitar Hero.
Since I was
So you're
about
playing
18.
a video game. No, I'm sorry.
Wrong game.
This is my problem. I misunderstood you. Okay,
I was playing Guitar Hero.
yeah. And this guy walks
doorbell
in.
rings.
Yeah.
No,
That was awesome. Cheers.
I have
she
my
knocks out some
moments.
pretty funny ones.
She's leaving you hanging.
That was great.
Oh, there it is.
Cheers,
Okay.
cheers, clink.
Cheers.
So the guitar player that did the first solo, his name is Anson Funderburg, and that's with an F, Funderburg. He's been one of my heroes blues heroes since I was 18. He's from the Texas scene with Stevie and Jimmy Vaughn and Billy Gibbons and Derek O'Brien and all these guys from like the 70s and 80s. And we've struck up a really beautiful friendship.
Nice.
And matter of fact, he was just here a couple weeks ago. We went out and had dinner up in Carlsbad.
We love
Of all
Carlsbad.
things, right? So the
Random.
thing was, I wanted him on that song, and we were doing this whole thing for Candy Cane.
Oh,
Benefit
yeah.
for Candy Cane at the
Right.
Belly Up, and all these major blues. And I somehow ended up being in like cat herding. I got put in charge of cat herding all these
God.
like my heroes from when
the
I was
worst
a
thing,
kid,
right?
you know, and having to tell them, you know, and I happened to be
10
playing.
minutes.
Yeah, I was playing with Anson and Kim Wilson and Larry Taylor from Tom Waits Band, and
Awesome.
and Anson and the piano player on there, Carl Sonny Leland, they were spending the night at our house. So we got in about 2 a.m. and we're sitting on the couch and sipping
You know, whatever.
a
right?
little whiskey. And I said,
Enjoying yourself.
I said, so Anson, you know, can I get this song to you and you record it, you know, in the studio in Texas, just send the solo back. And he goes, well, why don't we just cut it right now? I said, because I have to take you to the airport at 6 o'clock in the morning. He goes, well,
That's 6 o'clock, right?
He's
this
like, I'm ready.
He's got
Let's
this
do
deep
it.
Texas drawl, you know. He goes, well, man, I'm here right now. So we set it up. We set the 65 Super up right in the living room. I went and told Rox, hey, we're gonna make a little noise. She goes, yeah, absolutely.
I'm in bed. I'm
So-
like done.
Yeah, we recorded the
What a
piano.
supportive wife.
Yeah, the piano through the whole thing, and
Talk about a
Anson's
badass.
solo on there, and did it that night.
God,
Wow.
it sounds amazing.
And then other guests on there, we had Ronnie Lee from the Runaways.
Oh,
Yep.
Ronnie Lee. She
You know
was,
Ronnie?
Yeah,
Venus
she's
and the
gonna-
Razor
yes.
Blades.
We love Ronnie.
We love her
And
too.
she's
Gonna
one
be
of
a
our
guest
best
here
friends.
soon.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
She's amazing.
And
I just had a
Jules,
chat
you know
with
her
her.
bass
Oh.
player, Jules.
Oh, Jules
Yeah.
is.
We love
Plus,
Jules.
is on our new
Awesome.
record.
Jules
That
is
blonde
on our
bass
new
player.
record.
Ooh.
I saw
Violin.
it.
Violin.
She played violin.
Yeah?
Yes, I saw it, and I was like,
Cammie
oh.
Smith from Lexington Field played violin on that
Yeah.
track.
I was wondering. I heard a string, and I thought I heard a harp as well,
No,
or like some type of Maybe that was just the echoing of the violin.
It probably
Maybe,
was.
yeah.
And then finally, we had one of my most major musical heroes ever, Joey Harris, sang on that with Ronnie from the
Nice.
Beat Farmers.
From the Beat Farmers.
So it was,
Joey
it was quite a,
Rentals.
Wow.
really special song. I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind putting that one out again with new vocal and new guitar
Yeah.
lead.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
yeah.
do a little
I
bit
was saying,
better.
I write my guitar leads anymore. I really want them to be a part of the song like a vocal would be, right? But sometimes, man, after you played a song for 6 years, like I listen back to that solo and I go, well, the notes are pretty close to the same, but man, I play that solo so much better.
Right?
I go in these spurts of combining things with the blues, right? The first record we had more punk blues with traditional blues. Black Roses was definitely more of a metal blues kind of marriage. And
so we're going to have a little bit of metal blues with this track. When the Sun Goes Down by Black Black
Roses.
I was about to say by Black Roses.
Let's change our name again.
By Black Market
I kind of like
Baby.
it, Big Jon.
Well, that's the name of your first album. It means
second
death.
album, but that's
what. I am just
but who's paying attention?
who's paying?
Sorry.
It's getting late.
We're having Coors
Black
Light,
Market 3, man.
Come
When
on.
the Sun Goes Down by Black Market 3 off of Black Roses.
Midnight green, lie in my
That was nice. Very heavy.
It just drove the
Heavy
whole
metal.
time. It was great. I
Metal.
just want to hear more.
Are you guys done? Yeah. You see what I did there?
Our German,
I see
Okay.
what you did there.
our German friends, a lot of our German friends are
They love
into
that
heavy
song.
metal, and they love that. They're like, it's so like heavy metal, heavy metal.
Metal.
But you managed to keep the blues vibe still.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And you know what? It's interesting. I was sitting here racking my brain because I normally like to take notes during a song, but it's so hard to with the blues.
And I kept talking to him.
Well, that too. But that's normal.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the blues, if it's done right, you don't have anything to say other than wow.
Wow. Cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah. And so it's really good because you have the elements, you have the cross elements from everything that you've done, and you bring it all together. And I wish Black Roses was still available. I mean, you got to work your butt off and get that available so we can
Yeah.
put it back on iTunes.
We will.
Yes, and then the new album's going to come out soon.
Probably in June.
In June.
That's what I'm hoping. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
We're going to Europe
lot
in
going
August, so I definitely want to have some good lead-in time for interviews and
Right.
reviews and
I
promotion.
don't blame you.
But
You guys are kicking ass and taking
that
names.
song I wrote in
love it.
about 15 minutes.
Another
too.
15-minute.
Yeah, you know what?
Damn.
I just
I have-
Well, we don't have
That fast.
15 minutes
No.
to talk about that. So
that came easy. But all I got to say is read Poe.
Yeah.
Just read some Poe. That's
Oh.
what the lyrics
Yeah, for sure.
are inspired by Poe.
Edgar,
Right on.
quoth
Whoa.
the Raven.
Not Johnny.
No, that's,
Johnny Poe.
oh, I don't even know what that's supposed
That
to
one
mean.
went right over my head too.
But it's still fucking
Edgar
funny.
Winter.
Okay,
Johnny Winner. Come on, guys.
Johnny Winter.
Not Johnny Poe.
Oh,
Gotcha.
R.I.P.
That was deep,
okay.
Rox.
Wow.
Yeah, she
Deep.
went
Thank you guys for coming all the way out to the
We love
Dusty
you.
Futon. Make sure and subscribe. Check these guys out. Follow them on all the social media pages so you can make sure and not miss a single one of their shows. And Black Market 3 again.
Thank
for
you,
coming
guys.
out.
Thank you for having us.
It's been awesome.
Woo!
And special thanks to Spicy Kim for being the executive producer and co-host for this episode. I'm Big Jon, your host and engineer. I hope you enjoyed this presentation of the Dusty Futon, a Big Jon Entertainment production. And make sure you subscribe to us on Spotify, TuneIn, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever you can find us. Go to DustyFuton.com to see all those locations. And on DustyFuton.com, you can check out every episode that the Dusty Futon has ever aired. And don't forget to check out Backstage360.com for some incredible information and editorials about bands coming to San Diego and all over the country. Thank you again for listening to this Big Jon Entertainment production and this episode of the Dusty Futon. We'll see you next week.